Good morning, dear students. In continuation to the last lecture, today we will start our discussion with the topic application of conductance measurement. Various applications we have gone through during the study of Kohlraasch law. Now, most of the applications we will study in the applications of conductance measurement. They are similar to the application of Kohlraasch law, which we have already done. For example, first application is to determine the degree of dissociation of a weak electrolyte. We very well know degree of dissociation is given by equivalent conductance at any concentration C divided by equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. So by conductance measurement we can find out the degree of dissociation of a weak electrolyte. Similarly, to determine the dissociation constant of a weak electrolyte, Ka is given by C alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha. So if we know the degree of dissociation, we can easily find out the dissociation constant of a weak electrolyte. Next one is the solubility of sparingly soluble salt. This is also same as in the application of Kohlraasch law. Solubility can be easily determined by measuring the equivalent conductance at any concentration C and equivalent conductance at infinite dilution by using the Kohlraasch law. Similarly, the determination of solubility product require the terms involving solubility. Ksp is given by S square in case of simple univalent electrolyte, and in case of some general other electrolytes we have to multiply the number of ions and charge on the ions to get the overall solubility product of a sparingly soluble salt. Now next one application is the determination of ionic product of water. We very well know water is a weak electrolyte. It dissociates to give H plus and OH minus ion by this equation. Now since the concentration of water is almost constant, we can write K is equal to H plus by OH H plus into OH negative divided by H2O, taking H2 concentration towards the K and multiplying it with K, we will get a new constant which is known as ionic product of water, denoted by the symbol Kw. So Kw is given by the product of molar concentration of hydrogen ion and hydroxide ion. This constant Kw is known as the ionic product of water. Concentration of H plus ion in pure water is experimentally found to be 10 raised to power minus 7 mole per liter at 298 Kelvin, or you can say 25 degrees Celsius. So multiplying the molar concentrations, we will get the ionic product of water. So it comes out to be 10 raised to power minus 14 mole square per liter square. Now how we can find out the value of this Kw by the conductance measurement? The value of Kw from the conductance measurements can be determined as follows. This procedure will be followed. At 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin, it has been found the specific conductance of pure water is equal to 5.5 into 10 raised to power minus 6 per ohm per meter. It has been found experimentally. Now, as water is dissolving to a very small extent, so it may be considered to be a very dilute solution of H plus and OH minus ions in water. Means equivalent conductance can be taken as equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. Now we have to determine the concentration in terms of mole per liter. So we will consider the molar conductance of water here. Molar conductance of water can be given by the product of specific conductance into volume in centimeter cube containing 1 mole of ions. Now the molar conductance of H plus ion and OH minus ion we already know from the strong electrolytes. Now please note that these conductances are the conductance at infinite dilution. So the molar conductance of water can be given as a summation of ionic conductances of cation and anion. So we are having here total molar conductance of water, that is equal to summation of lambda naught H plus lambda naught OH negative. So we are having total molar conductance is equal to 54.83 into 10 to power minus 3 ohm inverse meter square per mole. So from here we can say the volume in centimeter cube containing 1 mole of iron will be equal to 54.83 into 10 to power minus 3 divided by 5.5 into 10 to power minus 6 centimeter cube. Now this volume is containing 1 mole of ions. This volume of water is containing 1 mole of the ions. So 1 centimeter cube of water will contain 1.003 into 10 to power minus 10 mole of ions. And if we talk about the 1000 cc of water, in that case in 1000 cc of water we will have 1 into 10 to power minus 7 mole. So by conductance measurement we are being able to find out that how many moles of these ions will be present per liter of water, which we wanted to know. So molar concentration of H plus and OH negative can be written as 1.003 into 10 to power minus 7 mole per liter. And the ionic product of water will be equal to product of these molar concentration. So we will get its value equal to 1.006 into 10 to power minus 14 mole square per liter square at 298 Kelvin. So this is how we have determined the value of Kw from conductance measurement. Now next one is determination of hydrolysis constant. Now how we can determine the hydrolysis constant? Suppose we are having two type of salts here, salts of a weak acid plus strong base like sodium acetate, or salts of a strong acid plus weak base like ammonium chloride. These salts will undergo hydrolysis when dissolved in water. Now to calculate the hydrolysis constant, we are assuming here salt Ba, which is formed by a weak acid plus strong base. Now if you will hydrolyze this salt, you will see the resultant hydrolysis is the anionic hydrolysis. Hydrolysis reaction can be written as Ba plus water, that is giving BOH plus HA. Now HA is the weak acid and BOH is the strong base, as we have taken the salt formed by weak acid and strong base. So salt plus water is giving strong base plus weak acid. In the solution, the salt Ba and the strong base, they will undergo complete dissociation, whereas this weak acid HA, that will remain undissociated. So we can write this equation in this form: B plus A minus plus water, that is giving us B plus OH negative plus HA. Here these had been dissociated into ions, salt and strong base, whereas weak acid is remaining in undissociated form. So we are having A negative plus water, that is giving OH negative plus HA. Now applying the law of mass action, we are having hydrolysis constant is equal to OH minus molar concentration into HA molar concentration divided by A negative. Here this Ba has been written wrong. It has been wrongly typed here. We will write here HA. So applying law of mass action, we will get KH is equal to OH negative HA molar concentration divided by A negative. Now hydrolysis constant can be determined from the degree of hydrolysis, as we can explain here. We are getting here the formula KH is equal to OH negative molar concentration into HA molar concentration divided by A minus molar concentration. Now we will find out how we can determine the KH value by knowing these molar concentrations. Let the initial concentration of salt be C moles per liter and H be the degree of hydrolysis. So in that case, we can write initially C mole per liter is the concentration of this salt, and initial concentration of this base and acids are 0, 0. At equilibrium, suppose H is the degree of hydrolysis, so we can write here C into 1 minus H, or you can say C minus CH are the remaining mole per liter of A minus at equilibrium, whereas CH moles of OH negative and CH moles of HA have been produced at equilibrium. So hydrolysis constant comes out to be CH square divided by 1 minus H. Now as the degree of hydrolysis is very small as compared to 1, so we can put here approximately KH equal to CH square. Thus, by knowing the value of this H, we can find out the value of KH, which is the hydrolysis constant. Now, the total conductance of the solution will be due to C into 1 minus H mole per liter of unhydrolyzed salt and CH moles per liter of strong base. Now, the remaining CH moles of weak acid, they will not contribute to the total conductance too much. So we are neglecting this. We are considering here that total conductance of solution is due to C into 1 minus H moles of unhydrolyzed salt and CH moles of strong base. So we can write here C into gamma, which is the total conductance, that is equal to C into, as we are talking here about C moles per liter, so we are multiplying it by C. So C into total gamma, that is equal to C into 1 minus H gamma BA plus CH into gamma BOH, where these gamma BA and gamma BOH are the conductances of the respective solutions. So we can find out the value of H comes out to be total conductance minus conductance of unhydrolyzed salt divided by conductance of strong base minus conductance of unhydrolyzed salt. This is the total conductance of the solution. This is the conductance of unhydrolyzed salt, and this is the conductance of strong base. So by measuring these conductance, we can find out the value of H, and by substituting the value of H in this expression, we can find out the value of KH. So this is how we can determine the hydrolysis constant by the conductance measurement. Now next topic are the conductometric titration we will do in our next lecture.